Guys, what's up? I had to do this whole video all over again because I was on the wrong page in my notebook. But this is a video for the full moon in Sagittarius for each zodiac, but we're gonna with a twist, right? Like a little drink, but with some lemon with a twist. Chakra healing, okay, for each zodiac sign according to the full moon in Sagittarius that is coming up on June 11th 2025, obviously in a couple of days. So this could be affecting you already. Pay attention to it, especially on June 11th as well as a couple of days after. When you think of the full moon, you think of just being filled up to the cup, to the rim, like in the cup to the rim, and now you're ready to release, right? So some things that you're releasing could have to deal with a time where you're ready to culminate or celebrate traveling. Maybe you're thinking about different beliefs and different philosophies in your life that you want to shift. Maybe you realize a certain belief is not supporting you in what it is that you're creating in your life. Maybe you thinking about traveling, moving, going somewhere for a couple of days, couple of weeks, for a couple of months, or maybe just moving entirely, right? Just listening to yourself and expanding your mind beyond what you've been showing up as. All right, so I'm just going to pull some of these cards. Thank you guys for tuning in on this channel. I talk about chakra healing, emotional healing through my own experiences, through breaking generational curses as a Haitian goddess, okay? A mademoiselle, okay, chérie? No. When it comes to emotional pain, emotional hurt, blocked chakras and emotions, dis-ease. I do some reels about dis-ease that's related to chakras and how you could, reverse that in addition to anything else that you're doing. So if that's something that you're interested in, of course, follow through. And I also add some tarot knowledge now. I merge it all because as a multidimensional being right now, it seems to me within the next few years or so, 5 years, it'll be good to have this hub with everything in it. All right. I'm going to shuffle and then pull a little bit, pull one card, one chakra for each sign. I just created a heart healing audio. So if that's something that you're interested in, I pinned it in the comment, but it's also in the description box below. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend. If you guys are brand new, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. And let's see what we got. And it's so fitting because since in the full moon, we're talking about culminating, just different ways that you show up for yourself, speaking your truth and changing your beliefs and ideas. Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce is playing. I know that I would never disappoint myself. Okay, let's see. Is this, oh, interesting. All right. So let's start with Aries, okay? Aries, burst of inspiration and wanderlust, seek new horizons, literally and metaphorically. Let go of old fears around being seen as too bold or too selfish, right? I feel like a lot of us could be Aries specifically. You could be wanting to do a lot of things for yourself. You have a lot of energy, you have a lot of like bursts of inspiration. You want to seek new things, new opportunities. Again, you could be wanting to travel, or you have a certain way that your mind is shifting your beliefs now, and some people might consider the actions that you're taking as being selfish or maybe being too bold, too loud. Keep shining your light. What are they talking about? And you're not on that. You're not listening to that. It's not in alignment for you. And you want to focus on your personal growth, communication, and relationships during this time. Okay, you're all about self-development and professional growth, relationships, personal growth, personal development, just clearer communication. Okay, and for the card that I got for you is Six of Wands. How fitting. Six of Wands is all about ancestors celebrating you. This is all about victory. Okay, this is all about turning around and just being grateful for all the tools that you have. This card talks about you having the tools all along. Perhaps you didn't know how to use them. So again, now having this inspiration from the full moon in Sagittarius is kind of like pushing you out to go and expand and experience and to do, because it's like you were a hermit at one point. You decided to learn so much that now it's time for you to go and explore. This is the throat chakra. So is this the throat chakra compared to the blue? No, it's the crown chakra. They're very similar though. The purple and the blue is very similar, slight difference. So this is the crown chakra. So a lot of crown chakra healing will benefit you, knowing that you are connected, knowing that you are in alignment with your divine purpose, staying in contact with source, whatever that is for you. If you're praying, meditating to God, source, the Most High, Allah, Buddha, I don't know, whatever your higher self is, whatever that God source is for you, give thanks, give gratitude to your higher self, your ancestors, because I feel like you're being supported here. I feel like this is like a go for it. Okay, so heavy on the crown chakra. You might want to do some crown chakra affirmations, knowing that you are connected. And again, remember, we even talked about seeking new horizons, literally and metaphorically, focusing on personal growth, communication, and relationships. So this is also giving me like your mind is shifting, right? Travels, beliefs, and philosophies, your mind is shifting, and this is something that is supported during this time. It's kind of like a go ahead, Aries. You're the ram, right? So you know how to bulldoze through a door. You're kind of like an explorer. You're also someone that has that energy of Sagittarius energy. I don't know, that part might resonate with you when I get to Sagittarius, but with the full moon in Sagittarius is really supporting you right now. Six of Wands. I love getting the Six of Wands. It's like a victory, a success. You're doing exactly what you need to do. You're being celebrated. Okay, Aries. Moving on to Taurus. So Taurus, you have eliminate money energetic ties, clear karmic debts and emotional baggage with others. Reflect on where you give too much and need better boundaries. Internal reflection and personal changes are some of the focuses for you during this full moon in Sagittarius, Taurus. Okay, so you want to really pay attention to what's going on with your money, where your money is, any kind of debt that you need to release. And it's so cool because I don't know if this is something, maybe you'll check and you'll see that like your student loans has been forgiven. Maybe you'll check that, you'll see some credit cards are cleared out. Maybe it's been that 7-year mark and now it's been erased. You just see a lot of things are starting to clear up for you, or this is something that you also need to focus on and pay attention to. Get your ducks in a row when it comes to that. All right. Reflect also on where you give too much. This is like equal give and take during this time. For you, Taurus, figure out, I think this has a lot to do with your money too, how much you're spending and the value of what it is that you're getting back, right? The quality of the things that you're getting back. Also in relationships, are you getting back the same amount of attention, energy, support, nourishment that you're giving to others? And if you're not, then it's time for you to pull back your energy and magnetize to you the relationships that actually earns that, right? 9 of Swords. This is the sacral chakra. Okay, so this is dealing with emotions. This is dealing with your creativity. This is dealing with your self-worth. And I can see how that works, because it's almost like if you're giving too much, you don't have any self-worth, or you don't feel any self-worth, your sacral chakra is being affected here. So this is where you'll get your cysts, your fibroids. You might get yeast infections or BV if you're a woman. These things, they all work together because spiritually your higher self is trying to tell you something is imbalanced. We need to bring more balance. The more imbalance, the more energy will be stuck in that energy field, in that vortex. For you, it could be your sacral chakra, and it's asking you to release these worries. 9 of Swords is kind of feeling like defeated, beat, overthinking, worried, constantly just worried about, will I ever get a relationship where it's equal give and take, romantic, friendship, partnership? Will what I'm investing in ever bring me back the reward that I'm looking for, right? Will I ever make enough money to sustain me? Like all of these things, because you've been dealing with that. Now is a good time to look at all those things, your relationships. And there's a connection between karmic debts when it comes to finances, and also, balloons and karmic debts when it comes to your relationships. There's kind of like a link there. If your money is not good, your relationships may not be good. This may not be for everybody. This may be just for some Tauruses, right? Maybe not necessarily like Aries, you rely on your money to show up in your relationships, but maybe it's affecting your relationships, right? Maybe if you're giving too much money out, this is also going to affect your relationships. if you're giving too much energy out to family, friends, attention to everybody else but yourself, that could also affect your money. Something like that is tied together. And of course, this is also your creative center. Maybe you're not as creative. So if you're not as creative, you're not making as much money, right? So pay attention. So you'll benefit from sacral chakra healing work. You'll benefit from releasing any type of blockages when it comes to, again, equal give and take in your relationships, and even how you give to yourself. How are you nurturing yourself? What are the nourishment that you're giving to yourself? Okay, you might need to dance more. You might need to be more creative. It might not be so much finances. It might be just personal, emotional attention, loving on yourself, hugging and kissing on yourself. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You know, rubbing on your womb, doing a ritual with that. Getting some oil after you shower, putting on some music, light a candle, some incense, say some affirmations and declarations. The heart healing declaration will be super beneficial for you right now. It is also pinned in the comments. And anything else you could even just create for yourself, Taurus. Anything in those areas. Internal reflection and personal changes is really affecting you, and that's why it says that. So this is a good time for you to go within. All right, the Aries, I'm sure you probably, if you're Taurus, you probably heard the Aries, but if not, go and listen to it, because I feel like it benefits too. With the balloons that just popped up, there's a celebration there for you, because I feel like you are working on this, but also you might also benefit from the Virgo reading, so stay tuned for that. All right, and we're moving on to Gemini. Gemini, okay. Gemini, what I wrote for you was relationships are front and center, very similar to Taurus, right? Feel a need to redefine relationships, partnerships, or speak your truth in love and business. I literally just said that for Taurus. So Taurus, you might benefit from Gemini too, and Gemini, you might benefit from Taurus. If you skipped Taurus, go listen to it. You could meet someone that feels like a mirror. Okay, consider your needs and desires as well as your loved ones. All right. So big emphasis here for the full moon in Sagittarius, even when it comes to you speaking your truth and expanding beyond your current limitations. So you possibly have certain limitations when it comes to how you show up in your relationship, how you show up with your finances, what's important to you, and what you need to put into place, right? You want to also speak your truth. There's something about, like for me, recently, I just started to really get vulnerable and being open about how I feel. If I'm dating someone and this isn't working out, then I let them know. And that wasn't something that I used to do before. That's something that I had to learn to get comfortable in as I embody more of my truth, more of myself, and just being able to honestly express myself openly without fearing being vulnerable with anybody, right? And however they decide to show up with that information will be the information that I need to determine if this is something that I get to honor or I get to move away from. So just like the card, Six of Coins, all right? We're going to get to that. Consider your needs and your desires as well as your loved ones. So as you consider other people's desires and their needs, right, you also get to consider your desires and your needs. It may not be a match with some of your loved ones. Maybe you enjoy doing certain things and they don't, and that's fine. It doesn't mean you need to do what they're doing. You get to go and do what you want to do. So a lot about joy here, like culminating joy as well. But your card was the Six of Coins, and this is also, is this purple? This is blue. I did the same thing with Aries. It's the crown chakra as well. Yeah, it's the crown chakra. It's very close. The crown chakra and the blue is very similar. It's very similar. It's the crown chakra. Okay, so you also can benefit from the Aries, but there is something about, you see how she's putting out the coins in each people's hands deliberately, and she's considering and thinking, and this is the same thing, like what you're giving your energy and your attention to, make sure your money to, right? Your the energy in your business, how you're spending your money. Are you speaking your truth in your relationships? Are you honoring your needs? Are you honoring their needs? Is it an equal give and take? You want to be wise with where you're putting your energy, who you're giving your attention to. You know, all those things are super important for you, because now is the time for you to just reconnect with your higher purpose, reconnect with your higher self. And also you get to take a look at the current limitations around your relationships, your business, and your money. Okay, so heavy emphasis on crown chakra work, knowing that you are connected, benefiting from doing 963 hertz for the crown chakra, listening to subliminals, or even creating that for yourself as well, Gemini. Okay, I like it. All right, moving on to Cancer. Shout out to all my Cancers. I have Cancer in my chart as well. What you have was work and wellness are under the spotlight. May need to shift daily habits or release a toxic work pattern. Clean up your energy field and recommit to routines that support your well-being. You want to nurture relationships and create a sense of home and belonging. So this is a lot about the current limitations that you've had on yourself, maybe something that you've developed from the home. There is a lot of emphasis also about how you used to do something when you were in a, like, let's say when we were at home, or when you're with your loved ones, you grew up and with your family, there's certain ways that you were being, right? But now that you're on your own or you're doing something differently, there's now a new certain way that you get to be, which is more of an authentic you. Because when you're around other people, their energy leaks on you, their perspective, their projections, you're not really yourself. And sometimes it's so funny, people just can't seem to see you as the older person that you are now. They always see you as that little cousin, that little sister, that little brother, that little girl, that little boy, just because you're still amongst family, because that's the role that you've played. You possibly were amongst the youngest or was the youngest. Everyone was older than you. So it doesn't matter if everyone is aging, you're still being looked at that little person, that little child, right? And you had to move yourself away from that dynamic so that you can start embodying more of the adult self, so you can really start to give yourself an opportunity to evolve past current limitations that unfortunately was in your home, when it deals with Cancer or anything like that. And now Sagittarius, you're moving, you're doing something completely different. You could even be considering traveling, or perhaps you've traveled far to do this as well. I could attest to that. Going from Brooklyn to Ghana, that was something that I had to do, just so that I can show up for my best self, for myself, for what I want to cultivate, as well as for my family and for my loved ones. Okay, however long that need to take, honey, because I hate that term adulting. Ugh, I can't stand it. I really can't. I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. I really don't. But it's I see how it is here, okay? Because now it's kind of like the focus is on how you show up with your work. How's your routine? How's your health habits? What's changed? Maybe you used to, like, I used to work out all the time, go to the gym. I had my protein shakes, I had my meals, I had all of that. But then after a while, that completely changed because I was going through other things, right? And then now being in a whole different country, I can still manage, but there's other challenges that I also had to work through to get back on track with these things. But there's also an awareness now of what is important, right? What's a priority, and needing to do that. And you have the Knight of Coins, okay? Supporting your well-being, nurturing your relationships. I'm just reading it over. Create a sense of home and belonging. Yeah, wherever you are. This is also giving me, you are your home. Wherever you go is your home. You know, of course you have your home with your loved ones and your family, and those that and the family that you're creating is also your loved ones, right? Your home. Sometimes we move away from what no longer serve us, even if it is family, to create a family that does serve us. And that's okay. It's not to shun anyone. It's not to it's not to, play anyone or downplay anyone or anything like that. It's just to honor yourself finally, so that you can evolve, because otherwise you would stay small, you would be people pleasing, people will keep isolating you and nobody else will know what's really going on. Meanwhile, this is what's going on behind closed doors, but then in front of people, everybody else shows up differently. So there's just certain things that I'm getting, like certain traumas or certain things that you just wanted to release and break yourself free from. Okay, with the Knight of Coins, this is steadily moving forward what it is that you want to culminate and create for yourself. You have your seed, you have your pentacle, and you on your horse, you're moving forward. This is the throat chakra. This is the throat chakra. This is you speaking up for yourself and saying exactly what it is that you need to do. When we're done, I'm going to go over each of them once again towards the end, or I might even put it in the comments. I'll do that instead. I'll put it in the comments because I just thought of something that I wanted to add, which I didn't. I prepared for it, but I'm having such a good time talking to y'all. Don't forget about it, okay? All right. So Nine of Coins is about steadily moving forward on something that you want long term. So you're creating something long term with that seed. That horse is strong, okay? You're planting a seed that you're culminating in. It might take a long time. It might take a long time. So this could be, if you're creating something, if you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're starting a whole new health journey, a whole new routine around what it is that you're eating. Maybe your work is starting to be more in the spotlight. You're thinking about long-term success. You're not thinking about, oh, I need to do this in the next month or 2 or 3. Maybe you used to. I know I used to. So I know this reading is for me, as well as Cancer is in my chart. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, like, oh, this whole side, this whole crescent moon side is on my chart. So I know that may be something that resonates with you too. Just now seeing it's not about right now, it's about later on down the line. Can you be consistent? Can you be committed? This is the commitment card to me too. Can you be committed? C, Cancer, C, committed. Okay, C for C. Can you be committed? Knight of Coins, C again, right? Can you have a vision? Can you see where it is that you're going? See? And commit to that. Plant that seed, nurture that seed for the long-term growth and success in your life. When it comes to the relationships that you're nurturing, the home that you're creating for yourself, or even just a sense of feeling like a sense of belonging in your community, in your home, in your family that you are creating for yourself, as well as your finances, your business, the things that you're creating. Long-term planning, Cancer. Okay. All right, Leo, you're next. And of course, we went from blue, orange, purple, orange, purple, blue for the throat chakra. I'm sorry, did I say crown? I said throat chakra for you guys, right? Yes, throat chakra. That is a self-expression. All right, just to be clear. To Leo being the sun. Yes, honey, the yellow. I got Leo all over my chart too. Okay. So for Leo, I put creative sparks. A romantic realization or spiritual insight may lead you to pour your heart. I can't even read my own handwriting. Let me read that again. A romantic realization, spiritual insight may lead you to pour your heart into a new project. Great time to celebrate what makes you uniquely you. Creative expressions and self-love. Is so funny. I just said creative expression. So you may have Cancer in your chart. I know I do. So this could resonate with you. If you skip Cancer, go back and listen to it, okay? Because there's something in there for you. Chérie, doudou, merci beaucoup. Okay. All right. Thank you kindly. All right. So creative sparks. So it may not be somebody romantic around you that's causing this realization. It could be just you romanticizing your life, you doing this for yourself. And I've done that for myself yesterday, and it was so beautiful. And I plan on doing that every single day in small ways. Light a candle, light some incense, play some jazz, play some music, draw, like take some time to really create an intimate relationship with yourself. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, you want to celebrate what's uniquely you. So you could be pouring a lot of light and attention into a specific project right now. And you got the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands talks about the solar plexus. I've been in my solar plexus bag for a minute now, okay? And who else is in the soul? We'll get to that. But Aquarius also has solar plexus energy. The solar plexus energy here, yellow. So you could benefit from wearing yellow. Leo, of course. All right, shining bright. This is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is expecting great rewards, expecting great things to come. So this is like you putting the energy, putting the attention, even after Cancer, shifting from an old way of being to embodying a new way of being, putting a lot of consistent and work effort towards a long-term goal. and knowing that the reward will come to you because you're focused. I'm focused, man. Okay, your mind is focused on that goal. You also have really good control of your emotions. How she's standing in the water with the Three of Wands. With the 3 wands, it's like she knows what she's doing. She's directing. She's very courageous. She's bold. She's expressive. And there's a lot of emphasis on, if there is a new entrepreneur spirit that's building up inside of you, ride with it. Take it by the wheel and ride it. Okay. Don't be afraid. Release any type of fear, because fear is an illusion. So make sure you get really creative here, Leo. I feel like it'll really support you for this full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about forward movement. Like, literally, it'll really carry you over. I'm getting chariot energy. And at the bottom of the deck, I believe it's a chariot. No, it's a 7 of coins and the sun. There goes your card. Yeah, paying attention to where you're investing your time and your energy. There was a reason why I had to look at the bottom of the deck for you just now. Paying attention to that. Also, not only paying attention to where you're investing your time, your energy, also your money. Okay, like if you are investing in like different fields and businesses and Bitcoin or Acorns account, you have this account, you have that account, pay attention to that, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of growth there too. There's going to be a lot of growth there too, but there's a lot of creative expression, and you pouring into yourself a lot more right now, a lot of self-love, which is super beneficial for you because you're shining bright. So it's almost like the universe is opening up to receive you. You're opening up to receive the universe. So nothing but greatness is going to come to you. Okay, so solar plexus work, a lot of courage. You might be going through a lot of digestion issues, or maybe a lot of digestion issues is starting to alleviate and release itself. You could benefit from licorice tea, or licorice root, right? Tea. You just steep it and then drink it a little bit with a little bit of ginger, not too much, because it, you know, especially if you take it in the morning, make sure you eat something with it, because it could cause nausea. But if it does cause nausea, it's only because it's helping to release toxins and bacteria that's been in your gut that is causing issues. If you've been having digestive issues, I'm sharing that with you because that's literally what I just went through. So that could be something for you as well. And I do have Leo in my chart, so that was for you, Leo. Is there anything else? Stay strong, and let the creativity flow with you. Okay, let the creativity just ride with you. Okay, all right, we're moving forward to Virgo. Okay, sorry about my clothes and stuff in the background. Look, this was the best view that I could get with the lighting, and we'll work on that. Okay. The information is what matters. Okay, chérie, merci beaucoup. Okay. Virgo, home, family, and emotional security comes up when it comes to this full moon in Sagittarius. Limiting beliefs, travel beliefs, maybe your philosophies are changing. Maybe you're speaking your truth about current limitations that you've lived with that you want to shift, right? Emotional security, being more emotionally grounded in how you feel, and not letting past perspectives or projections alter your beliefs about what your emotions are telling you. This could also let me know that there might be some people that's possibly would try to gaslight you, manipulate you, or try to make you feel a certain type of way. Pay attention to that. Trust your intuition. I'm pretty sure you're gonna catch that it's all a ploy. It's really a waste of time, a waste of energy. Use your senses. Use your hermit lighting to really see the truth, because I feel like you will see it. It's time to ground your truth in your daily reality. Oh, there's something that I missed. You might revisit childhood beliefs or release ancestral burdens. Literally what I did. And this could be around financial lack, scarcity mindset. This could be around not feeling good enough. This could be around, oh, this was something that showed up, that came up. So this could be something for you as well, Virgo. And then I'll show you your card and the crown chakra that you get to work with. Man, no, it's right there. It's right there. Don't lose it. It's, let me see. Like feeling like other people's problems or more of an issue or set more of a tone or more important than your own problems. If that's you or something that you used to do, I see you're either cutting that out, or that's a focus of you to cut that out, because full moon in Sagittarius is starting to say those are the things that are limiting you. You're putting other people's needs before you, you're people pleasing before you, and you don't really call it that, but that's what it is energetically. You're so worried about somebody else's problems. You're like, man, they're really going through some problems. You possibly are an empath, and you've been taking in a lot of their pains and information where so much it's affecting you, right? It literally changes your energetic field. So you want to be very careful with that, because that's kind of like you saying your problems are not as important. Somebody else just lost $20,000 and you don't even have $1 in the bank. You should focus on getting more than $1 in the bank, or at least magnetizing, using that energy of you're putting into that person, and putting more effort into magnetizing more opportunities, resources, financial resources and stuff too. Because you can't pour into others if you haven't poured into yourself. You cannot put a mask on somebody else's face on an airplane without putting one for yourself first, right? Self-love, self-care is very important here. Also, don't neglect yourself, don't abandon yourself, because I feel like you're the leader of yourself. You're stepping into that leadership role for yourself as well. So perhaps you have some childhood beliefs that you're realizing are still running rampant in your adult life. And those are the things that you're releasing. This could even be ancestral burdens, right? Especially me coming from Haiti, slavery, even African ties. I have African blood in of course, I'm from Africa. My blood is from Africa. You know, I have Liberia, Sierra Leone, all of this. Maybe even you too. And even if not, it's just childhood beliefs and ancestral burdens that you're carrying that you don't even know that you're carrying. Ancestral burdens, they're in your blood. So these things are happening and you're like, why is this happening? Well, number one, you're chosen to actually release these ties and karmic lessons and energetical blockages from you and your blood, from your entire blood lineage. And that means you also have the tools to move forward and to do something different for your life, different for everyone in your bloodline. Okay, so it's time to ground your truth and your daily reality. What is your truth when it comes to how you show up with your family, how you show up with your emotional security? What does family looks like to you? What does emotional groundedness look like to you? What are some things that you're trying to release when it comes to your perspectives and connecting with your higher self? Okay, you got the King of Coins, crown chakra, knowing that you're protected. But the King of Coins is also this energy that talks about being grounded, being wealthy, being stable, right? If you had limited or lack scarcity mindset, that's ancestral beliefs. So maybe that's the way you were brought up to believe. Or maybe your mother always constantly talked about, or father constantly talked about, they didn't have enough money, and those things ingrained and energetically imprinted on you, where now, even though you get new opportunities, you might think they don't last long. So you want to reframe the words that you're saying to yourself, the affirmations, the declarations that you're saying, the things that you believed for so long, so that you can start opening up the gateways of prosperity and abundance that is divinely yours to come and meet you now, because you are worthy of wealth. You are a King of Coins. Either if you're a man or a woman watching this, if you're a Virgo, know that you're connected to source. Know that everything that you say is being heard by the Most High and is also being returned back to you. So also remain an open vessel. Okay, there's also a new opportunity here that may bring travel or change of location for you. Maybe you're thinking of moving. I don't know how far. There's opportunities that's in the works. That's in the works for you. So pay attention to that. Okay, so crown chakra, wear a lot of purple, eat a lot of purple foods, listen to that 963 hertz frequency. I would also give you all of you a homework so far is to make sure that you create your own subliminal for each. Okay, so far Aries, you have Aries, you have crown chakra. Taurus, you have sacral chakra. Gemini, you have crown chakra. Cancer, you have throat chakra. Leo, you have the solar plexus chakra. And now Virgo, you have the crown chakra as well. Do some subliminals and some declarations of your own, specifically tailored to what it is that you're going through, what you want to release when it comes to this full moon in Sagittarius, so it could catapult you and move you to the next stage. Okay, Travel, jump in, start new. Those were the words. Travel, jump in, start new. All right. All right, so now we're moving on to Libra. For Libra, I put you'll feel a mental surge, big ideas, lots of thinking, lots of talking, info overload. Release old self-doubt around using your voice. It's time to teach, write, speak more boldly. So this is big energy of showing your light, standing in your truth. And I love your card, Ace of Swords, fierce, root chakra energy. This is planting new seeds. And I love how this came after Virgo, because after the crown chakra you go back to the root chakra and do it all over again as a chakra journey, right? Of course it's 8th chakra, 9th, 10th, but I'm talking about within the, what's the term I'm looking for, within the prism of, not prison, prism of your 7 chakras as a being, as a vibrational being. You've completed a cycle, and now you're starting back fresh, new. So this is a perfect timing for Virgo and Libra as well to transition into this new beginning, as a full moon in Sagittarius comes to help you just to release old things and to step into the new. Okay, release old self-doubt that is not serving you, even around using your voice. And again, I told you I just started to break a lot of barriers where I wasn't using my voice. And it was a lot of fears of maybe somebody not being happy with what you said, or fears around losing people, or fear. All those are illusions. Speak your truth, because even if you did lose, let's say those fears come true, right? It's not really that they're leaving. It's just that they're making space for the people that are meant to come. All right. It's so easy when you think of it that way. It's not like something's wrong with you. No, they're actually leaving because they're not honoring your light, your journey, your self-expression, your truth. So they're making space for other people that are and that will to come in and do that naturally. They celebrate you. They want to hear your truth. They want to co-create with you in your truth, because your truth, guess what? It's very similar to their truth as well. Soul tribe. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Time of change in love, job, and new home. So again, with the Virgo, I did say new travel might be coming, or change of location. So same for you, maybe just a new home, a change in how you love yourself, or maybe even just a person finally that's coming in to match your energy, because now you're loving yourself, right? You're pouring your attention, your energy in yourself. A new job, a new opportunity, a new financial income opportunity. Maybe even just you stepping into this new bold creativity that you're creating for yourself. Okay, you'll feel a lot of ideas. You might even get a lot of dreams. Pay attention to that, because that is your root chakra. That is the Kundalini energy firing up, ready to slice through the illusions of the past, of ancestral burdens, of childhood beliefs, and things that just didn't serve you, that's not helping you on this, like this next cycle, this next new opportunity. You've completed an old cycle, and now you're stepping into the new. You're embodying who you've always been meant to be, which is someone who speaks truth, someone who wants to create something brand new. You're creating, like, you're not operating from old ways of thinking, old limiting beliefs. You're not operating from self-doubt. You're trusting and seeing that you do matter. Your truth matter. You get to express your truth here. The root chakra is about planting new seeds. Okay, so you'll definitely benefit from any root chakra. Wearing red, red candles, eating red foods, fruits, vegetables, saying the affirmations, the declarations to move the blocked energy of old seeds, burning. I see a vision of a tree, and all of the branches that's going deep underground is being cut all the way down to the soil, all the way into the soil, and the trees falling down so that you could plant a new tree. You know what I'm also seeing? This is what I'm also seeing. It's from another, it's from the same deck, but it's a different card. I'm gonna show you right now. This lady is stepping out of the tree. She's stepping out of an old tree because she's about to create a new. She's not following the way things she used to do it before. That's the paper on the floor, y'all. She's not following things like she used to do before, or like her ancestors has done. There it is. She's doing something brand new, and it's the death card. That's so dope. You see that? And this is the Virgo energy also. You see how she's in this tree, stuck, bound to its rules and the way it's going, and she steps out of it, leaves her old self and step into her new self to create new. See how the light is coming out of her mind, her pineal gland. She's awakened, she's enlightened, and she's following her truth. She's following her divine guidance, her path. So definitely, Libra, that's something for you there when it comes to you working with the root chakra energy to create new. So new routines on your health, new routines on your business, new routines on with relationships. Again, it says it's time to teach, it's time to write, it's time to speak more boldly. Okay, so show up for yourself in a bold manner, because you're starting something brand new here. This is kind of like freshmen in college. New school, new people, new friends, new classes, new everything. You don't have to be who you were in high school, and you're not who you were in high school. Now you're someone else. This is like leaving one job and now you're a leader, or you have new ideas and you want to express yourself more boldly, in your entrepreneur, in your business, with new people, in a new home, a new location, a new business, whatever that is for you. Okay? I like it. Let's move on to Scorpio. This video, I hope it really converts well because girl, the internet. Okay, the internet will flow with ease, and I release that worry because that's not my problem. The universe will take care of it. Source will take care of it. I'll let y'all know how that goes. Okay. I just want this to be up by Thursday, so I'm filming on Tuesday. All right, so we're moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, I put money, self-worth is highlighted. It's time to expand your sense of value, let go of scarcity patterns, and or quit around receiving. Quit or guilt around receiving. So you want to let go of scarcity patterns and guilt around receiving. Reclaim your sensual power as well. So that's giving me sacral energy and confidence. All right. So a lot of sacral, even though that's not your card, but it is something about teaching. Is it Scorpio? Excuse me, did I show you guys your card, Libra? Yes, I did. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, excuse me. Let me just change something real quick. Okay. All right, so this is a lot of highlight on your money. A lot of people's highlights on their money, especially how we're showing up with it. Our belief, really, scarcity mindset, our belief around money, what it is that we believe we deserve, what it is that we believe we can earn, and all of those things, right? It's time to expand your sense of value. So perhaps you took a value hit, maybe dealing with people that didn't show you, reflect to you back your value. Maybe you don't feel like you're valuable. You're working on that, or maybe you're also being during this full moon, that could be something that you get to release. Let go of scarcity patterns, not only just scarcity mindset around money, but also around your value, your self-worth, because you also want to release guilt around receiving. Maybe you, again, with that information I gave earlier about in the past, maybe when you were younger, you took in people's problems as if it was more important than your own problems. So it's kind of like if somebody wants to help you, like, no, you don't have to help me. It's okay. You need it. And it's like, no, stop doing that. You need it. Okay, stop doing that. Receive it. Guilt around receiving. Release any type of guilt around receiving. Somebody wants to give to you, receive it. Receive the gifts, receive the monetary gifts, the donations, receive the love, receive the compliments, receive it all. Okay, now of course there's some things that you probably don't want to receive, but use your intuition, use your discernment. But for the most part, it's saying to release guilt around receiving, because there's something about that when it comes to the full moon Sagittarius, because you're probably about to receive a lot more, and we need you to use this full moon to release that energy, reclaim your sensual power and your confidence. So it's also, if that's tied to your value and you're not receiving, your confidence is not going to be up. You're not going to be as sensual, and sensual is not sexual. Sensual is really just being able to tap into all of the joys and the feelings that you can have receiving from all of your senses, seeing beauty, tasting delicious foods, hearing beautiful sounds and noises and frequencies and the birds and, the ocean, feeling beautiful silk on your skin or when you're sleeping, enjoying your bed, your pillow, your blanket, like being this sensual being when it comes to really living through our chakras, living through our light, living through our energy centers. All right? You get to do more of that, Scorpio. Avoid impulsive spending and decisions, especially dealing with emotions. Okay? And your card, the Hierophant. This deals with the crown chakra as well. Okay? And the Hierophant is all about new ways of thinking. And again, when you're dealing with this full moon, this is talking about a lot of your philosophies and your beliefs, speaking your truth, releasing current limitations. And this is the card for that. Like the Hierophant is all about, it's not only about higher level connections like a marriage, a union, thinking about more committed lifestyle, right? But this is also about your beliefs when it comes to your spirituality. This is also about you being a teacher. This could even be a teacher that you're going to attract to you so that you can be able to receive this information, receive how to do certain things when it comes to your confidence, to help you to release guilt or scarcity patterns. It could even be this video that's operating as a Hierophant for you to pay attention to. But it's also saying, are you ready to step into this leadership role? Are you ready to step into being this Hierophant, being this teacher through your, not necessarily, you may not be a teacher, right? But through the way that you live, right? Scorpio is all about death and transformation. So changing who you were to now embody who you are, and showing people how to do that, teaching other people what that looks like just by living your life in this empowered way. Okay, tapping more into your confidence, learning how to receive and flow. So this is also giving me divine feminine energy, being balanced out with your divine masculine energy. Okay, mind and heart working together. All right. And something about avoid impulsive spending. And I know Scorpios look fly. Y'all Scorpios be looking fly, okay? Chill out. Relax a little bit, all right? Avoid impulsive spending. All right, moving on to Sagittarius, you guys. Sagittarius. Okay, I was going to say this is the first sacral chakra message that I've gotten, but it's not. It is the second. Okay, Sagittarius, you're in the spotlight. This is your full moon, and it's all about releasing certain things that I've already said in the beginning, right? It asks you to release old identities that no longer reflect your truth. Goes hand in hand with Scorpio as well. Step into the next version of yourself with courage and joy. I literally just said that for Scorpio. So avoid impulsive spending, and you might just want to rewind a little bit, go to Scorpio and listen to it, or listen to all of it, because they all kind of like intertwine. It's kind of like a story being revealed here, okay? Especially when it comes to for the full moon and how we're moving as a collective energetical source, expression of source, okay? So in your spotlight, it asks you to release old identities that no longer reflect your truth. Step into the next version of yourself with courage and joy. Okay, be more courageous, be more bold, and do it from a playful, fun, joyful space as well. Celebrate achievements, consider travel, be mindful with money. You and Scorpio got a lot about be mindful. I'm telling you, I think it's everyone. It's everyone. Be mindful with your spending, be mindful with your money right now. Release, maybe it also has to do with releasing spending so you could feel valuable. Learn to be with yourself. Learn to just meditate. Sit on the floor in your house. Go outside in nature and just sit there and feel valuable just from nature. Feel valuable and worthy just for waking up today. Okay? You guys got the 9 of Cups, sacral chakra energy. This is relationships, creativity. How do you show up? Maybe also co-creating with relationships that make you feel valuable. right? Nine of Cups is the Virgo energy, also just feeling fulfilled. Nine of Cups is not the 10, but it's the closest to, which means ultimate fulfillment, just knowing that you're worthy of that. Okay, you see how wealthy she is? Like, she's just sitting pretty. Is that, I don't know if that's diamonds around her. I don't know what that is cuffing her dress. It looks like a diamond necklace. I don't know, but she has her own cup. She's filled her own cup. She looks full. She looks energetically full, and that could be something about your light is shining also. Just feeling like you're energetically full here, Sagittarius, because you are on the spotlight. So I feel like you have a lot to give to others. So that's why it's also saying be careful with your money, because you might be getting a lot of money right now, or a lot of financial resources of support. Maybe you either have it or it's about to come in, and you might just be you probably will be like this, Gemini. You might want to listen to Gemini's reading as well, just giving it out to everybody, but you want to pay attention to who you're giving it out to, and also you want to hold on to that. There's an emphasis also about seeing who really cares about you and really sees you for who you are, not your money, okay? But knowing that you are abundant when it comes to this energy here, your sacral chakra, your relationships, your creativity, your self-worth. All right, celebrate your achievements. You might even consider doing some travel, some light travel, moving around, or going to visit somewhere, or maybe just deciding to move. Pay attention to that. You might want to go check out the place first before you consider investing financially into it, right? All of that plays a role. So sacral chakra, wear orange, eat the orange foods, all of that stuff. You already know those are the basics, but really dig deep with the prompts of having healthier relationships. What does that look like to you? Equal give and take. What old identity do I need to release that is not serving me where I'm going? What new routines do I get to implement to support where I'm going? How do I need to eat to support where I'm going? How do I need to feel every day to support what it is that I'm attracting to in my life? Either if it's a relationship, finances, a new home, all of these new opportunities that are divinely mine and that are coming to me now. Okay. All right, we're moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, you got your spiritual and subconscious realm is activated. All right, dreams, intuitive downloads, or deep emotional purges right now are happening. So time to heal behind the scenes and reconnect with your soul. So there's time for a change. It's a time of change and new beginnings that's happening here for this full moon in Sagittarius for you, Capricorn. So this is a good time for you to tap into your spiritual beliefs. You might be getting a lot of dreams during this time that will really support you and show you what it is that you need to release. And your card is the Temperance. So needing to balance your energy, needing to pour into yourself. This is my Earth Angel card. A lot of tarot readers will tell you that as well. And this is all about how can you be of service to others, right? But not necessarily going out there to do something just randomly, but tap in first. Go within first. Go into your spiritual mindset. Go into your spiritual bank, your Akashic records. Like, meditate. Take some time to decode your dreams. See what your life is trying to unfold or trying to reveal to you. Maybe you're being led to a different direction. Maybe you're being led to being more of someone that just helps a lot of people. I can't even think of the word right now. I don't even know why. Okay. I think this is the longest. I've done long readings, but sheesh. But you are being called, before you do that, to pour into yourself more. Okay, you see how she's balancing her cup? She's pouring into her own cup. You want to temper your energy here, temper your giving. Also temper your spiritual gifts and the downloads that you're receiving with your physicality, with you being physically here on earth, what it is that you're doing. Temper your work, your health, your body, as well as your thoughts, your ideas. So that's why I feel like you're going to get a lot of information, intuitive downloads from your dreams. You're going to be purging a lot emotionally because you're shifting, you're changing. Your dreams are going to bring you a lot of clarification. And when you focus on, this is another root chakra card. Okay, so when you focus, this is the opportunity to create something brand new, but from a space of balance, not chaos, not overgiving. Just balance, and maybe even just clarity on which direction you need to go. Okay, and whenever I see this card also, it talks about emotionally pouring into yourself. Emotionally pour into yourself. I feel like your soul is trying to reconnect with you. So that balance with your physical self and your spiritual self. Okay, so do a lot of that work, a lot of root chakra healing here, grounding, creating a brand new for yourself. What is my root chakra trying to tell me? What is my soul trying to tell me? What is my what is coming up from my subconscious that I need to pay attention to? Write down your dreams, decode them. And I enjoy doing those as well. So if you need assistance, you could find that information in my email. Just email me in the description box below. I can help you with that. I think those are super fun. I enjoy doing those, and we can do it together. Okay, this is a time of change and new beginnings for you, Capricorn. So for everyone, I feel like this is a huge portal that everybody has the opportunity to look at their relationships, look at their self-worth, their value, look at their money, their finances, and look at their spiritual goals as well as their business goals, like where it is that you are going, and not today, next month, next year. It could, I'm talking about like that nine of coins, like creating something for longevity, long term. If it's a relationship, you're thinking about marriage. If it's a business, you're thinking about multi-millionaire, billionaire status, or millionaire status, or just being super financially resourceful and comfortable for you and your family for the next 5-10 years, and even for the rest of your life. Really, that's where we're aiming for. Okay, Sagittarius, with the bow and arrow, rest of our lives. All right, root chakra, Capricorn. All right, moving on to Aquarius, I put down your rethinking community and friends. Big one. Do they uplift your growth? A powerful download may push you to realign with your soul tribe. This is very same. This is the same also. You also have the same message as Scorpio. Avoid impulsive spending and decisions. I feel like emotionally spending, same as Scorpio. Don't emotionally spend. You feel down, you want to go spend some money, don't do that. Because I feel like it's only going to devalue even more, or maybe some other things, some other emotions that you don't want to feel, okay? So you're paying attention to who is meant to be in your community. How are the people, the friends, the family in your community are showing up for you? Are they supporting your growth? Are they uplifting you? Because you know, you could be the person that's always constantly uplifting others and speaking about positivity, but nobody's doing that for you. And it gets draining. It gets sad, it gets boring. You want to start to like a part of me miss my fitness crew back in Brooklyn. A part of me miss another crew. One of my personal coaches, she just reached out to me the other day. I miss them so much, from Your Day Balance Game. Great group of people that teach about codependency, and it's like a holistic system. I miss that because they're like-minded, they're supportive. Maybe you're paying attention more. In Aquarius, we're all about digital. Maybe you're meant to do this through reaching out. Hey, numbers. Reaching out to people online. You know, maybe you're seeing, how else can I create community? How else can I create tribe? People that uplift me, people that support me. Maybe you're also listening to, even I'm doing this again, listening to more audiobooks, things that are more in alignment with self-development and growth. Instead of wasting your time and energy on nonsense on your phone with people that are not really helping you push. They probably don't see you. They don't want to see you surpass them, so they waste your time and energy. That goes for romantic partnerships as well. So you're paying attention to that. Realigning with your soul tribe. Realigning. And you'll know that when people start to call you that were part of your soul tribe, or you start to meet new people that are your soul tribe. You guys think alike, you do the same things, you know. All of those things will naturally come. That's when you know that you are in the vortex, okay? You are attracting to you, magnetizing to you, your tribe, okay? Just pay attention to your spending. Your card that you have, Aquarius, solar plexus, just like Leo, solar plexus chakra. This is a 10 of Wands, releasing burdens that are not yours, okay? Releasing burdens from, again, and I did mention about community or friends or people that don't want you to get somewhere because it kind of mirrors back to them what they're not doing. That's not your problem. And if anything, if they could get inspired by you, that'll be great for them. But you also get to align yourself with other people that are doing very similar things, so you could always maintain your inspiration as well, okay? You're releasing burdens. You're carrying your own and releasing everybody else's burdens, right? You're taking out You're being more courageous, more bold when it comes to that. You're shining your light and you don't care. And not that you don't care in a negative way, but it's like, why am I carrying anybody else's burdens? I should only be carrying mine. Why do I think that your problems are worse than mine? I have my own. And I need to work through my own. Why am I such a great advice giver, but I don't give it enough? I don't take my own advice. So you're doing a lot of that self-development, self-work again. And this is something I also wanted to say. I realized in my own personal journey, before I got to spirituality and know thyself, occult knowledge, sacred geometry, I started with self-development. So the Bob Proctors, Jim Rohn, you know, all those people that's teaching you about self-development, improvement, and all of that. That's how I started. So I feel like you're getting back into that because it's kind of like full circle. It's like you went, even for me, I went through that source of entry into knowing myself more, self-development, getting all the books and all of that. And then, I'm sorry, the computer, my wells are flying. The computer screensaver just came on. And now you want to go back to that because I feel like that's what helped you had a strong footing in creating routines and being more in alignment with what's for you, who's for you, like you're feeding your cells and yourself more positivity. That way more positivity is coming into your life. And I actually received that quote today, and I just took that as a confirmation that may be a confirmation for you too, because you are Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius now, and it's all about flow, forward movement. It's all about emotional mastery. It's all about just believing in yourself. Okay, just believing in yourself, and you could be doing that in a way where digitally you're using things from the digital world to support you in your development and in your growth. Okay, and this is really empowering you. You're shining bright. You could have Leo in your chart. You might want to listen to the Leo reading, not necessarily, but if that resonates, you go ahead and do that. But I feel like that's going to help you. I feel like you're just releasing a lot of burdens. You're releasing a lot of weight. You could also like sunflowers, or you could benefit from putting some sunflowers in your house. I don't know, just a little tad bit there. Okay. All right. Last but definitely not least, Pisces. Career and public image themes come up here. Okay. So something you're working on or you've been working on comes to fruition, and I could resonate with that. Also, I'll finish this first. You may realize it's time to pivot. Embrace your unique voice as a healer or guide. Okay. Focus on your faith, your spirituality, and education. So focus on the things that work for you, that helped you to create the new reality for yourself. You have your own type of faith. You have your own type of spirituality, understanding, overstanding. Use that to guide you forward in your life. Okay. There's something that you may have been working on. Keep working on it. It'll come to fruition. And what I wanted to say was, if you are one sign, listen to your exact polar opposite sign as well, because although I'm a Virgo, I also listen to Pisces because it works well looking at the energy behind that's hidden. That's a shadow aspect of mine, right? So if you're a Pisces, listen to Virgo. You know, if you are, I'm still trying to see it in my head. I can't really see it yet, but if you're a Libra, listen to an Aries. You know, if you're Aries, listen to a Libra. You know, something like that. I feel like you'll get really good. You'll be able to see your whole life, or what it is that you need to focus on anyway for the full moon that's coming up, holistically. All right. So yeah, you have. Did I say 10 of Wands? Nope, I didn't pull out the card yet. Yeah, so you want to focus on that, because I feel like whatever you're working on is going to grow. People are going to see it, and I could see that for myself. The page has been growing. Shout out to the new subscribers. Thank you for tuning in. I usually come on, and my next video is going to be more about emotional healing, things that I've gone through and all of that, and chakras, how I use that in my own healing. But I wanted to come on here and pair tarot as well, because tarot also assisted me in doing that. So that's why we're doing the zodiac full moon. Utilizing the full moon has helped me also real quick, because when I follow the full moon in the sun, it really helped me to look at myself holistically. How have I been behaving karmically, and what do I want to actually experience moving forward, more divinely guided results. So how do I change those behaviors? So I have to pair, tarot reading, chakra healing, old limiting beliefs, childhood beliefs, ancestral beliefs that's in my blood that I get to release and break those, have breakthroughs, and utilize the moon, the sun. It sounds like it's a lot, but it's really just artistically done, that I actually have fun with it. So that's why I wanted to bring it out to you. It's dealing with colors, it's dealing with frequency, it's dealing with vibration. It's self-care, y'all. It's self-care in the most creative, fun way. Okay, I'm talking about, you could do anything. You could dance. I'll go jogging the other day and listen to an audiobook. You could do some Pilates and then listen to some music, and you could do some twerking. You could, whatever it is that you want to do, however it is that you want to heal. I've created a sensual healing guide for the ladies out there that have blockages in their sacral chakra, because I did. And it's been super helpful and it was super fun. So I'm just packaging it so I could forward it to you guys and share it with you guys. So all those things, these are all tools that we have. We don't have to live our life dull, thinking that the government is going to save us. They're not. You're going to save yourself through the rapture, which happens here. Okay. So yeah, Pisces, your card, Ace of Wands, root chakra, starting a brand new beginning for yourself. And in the Ace, the Ace of Wands is like God handing you this new passionate new opportunity to start brand new. This could even be a new gig, a new work, a new creativity, something, whatever it is that you've been working on is going to rise, is going to grow. Just keep focusing on it. This is something that you're meant to do. Light is shining on it. You might have Leo in your chart. You might want to pay attention to the Leo, or go listen to the Leo. Three of Wands, knowing that this is coming to you, right? It's a lot of great energy here, especially with the full moon, just releasing a lot of things that's just not serving you, so that you can show up into what it is that you are creating, so that you can make time to pivot, embrace your voice. You could be a healer, you could be a teacher, you could be a guide for others, and it's time for you to do that and to follow this passionate direction that you feel, this passionate urge to create whatever it is that you want to create. You might get some type of download. Let me create that. Create it. Go create it and forget about it being perfect. Just create it, make it happen, and send it out. I don't know how I'm gonna do that with this 1 hour video. I'm hoping that I can just do that 1, 2, 3. But I trust that it will happen. But just forget about perfectionism. Forget about the cuts. There is one cut that I wanted to make. I probably will still make it because, I care about my monetization. Okay. But other than that, you want to focus on your faith, your spirituality, your education here, Pisces, okay? So, you guys, this was the full moon in Sagittarius reading. I did say that I wanted to read for each sign. Oh, no. I said I was going to put it at the bottom of the deck. Something real quick that I love with each of these chakra messages, there's like a contemplation or even some type of chakra message or indication that comes with each of them, and they are so juicy, y'all. I have to share it with y'all. So instead, I think I'm just gonna put it either in the comments. I'm gonna put it in the comments, and so you guys can just look at it for yourself, pairing it with what it is that you hear here that you hear here on this video. Okay, so give this video a like, subscribe, you guys. Thank you guys for staying this long. If you have, and rocking with your girl, I appreciate y'all. I won't take any more of your time. I hope you were doing this when you were actually doing something else, the dishes, cleaning, something like that. And I will be coming again for some more videos when it comes to, just healing certain type of aspects of my past relationships, growing up, things that I had to go through, a lot of things that we needed certain guidance with that I didn't have, but now I have, and I have you guys now to share them with. And whoever celebrates this moment, whoever can benefit from this video, I'm super grateful. I'm super appreciative that you're here and that it could actually affect you in the most beneficial way that it has affected me. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. Again, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below. I love to hear your input on each of your zodiac sign. And grab that heart healing audio if that's something that you're interested in. All right, peace out.